Yours, we tell him, we tell him, we tell him.
Fuck that house now. I'm back. To the top, I'ma make it. Niggas just can't take it. To the top, I'ma make 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 it.
What's good, family? We're back. It's Nest Kingdom. Welcome to the Kingdom. Shout out Nest Nation. We're back, y'all. We got some special guests here, my friends, and a very, very special guest. I'm here with Saint Chubbs and Jay from the BK, and our special guest, Ajayi Browne from the Nets Wire. Ajayi, just tell the audience real quick about you, how you became a reporter, writer. Tell the audience really quick about you.
Got you. My name is Ajayi, as AJ just said. That's kind of we call you, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
I was born in Brooklyn. I started covering the Nets in 2020, early 2020. I covered a story on DeAndre Jordan and points of like his mental health and just some mental adjustments he's made to fix his free throw routine, which actually paid off in the end. Yeah. Grew up around the Old Mill Basin area near Canarsie, and right now I'm still at college at Syracuse.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do some quick shout outs. Quick shout outs in the chat. Drip Bayless, what's up? Chem505, what's up? The Real Royal. Oh, Nest Nation's in here. Gween, what's up, Gween? Nicholas Reed, Jay from BK, and Ajayi in the building. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
both of them in the building. BK stand up. Shout out Real Royal and Isaac. What's up, bro? So we're getting into. I guess we're assuming you saw the game yesterday, and with LaMarcus. I really wanted to pinpoint on LaMarcus first. I know we lost the Bulls. We'll talk about what the Nets need to do, but I wanted to pinpoint on LaMarcus Aldridge first. And we saw LaMarcus Aldridge get that 15 points in the second quarter. He was going off in that second quarter. How do you feel? A lot of people were asking me, should LaMarcus? He's had a streak of good games. It's just a big streak of good games, and a lot of people are asking me, should he start? Should he get more minutes? And I just want to know your take, Ajayi, about LaMarcus real quick. Yeah.
Right. I believe that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's having this wrath of efficiency coming off the bench for the Nets. It's not as consistent as of late, but before to start the season, he was just going off. The game he had against the Pistons, he went off. Last night he went off, like you said.
Yeah.
I don't think he should start though. I feel like Blake kind of sets that pace for the Nets in the starting lineup. Even if he's not on offensively, as LaMarcus Aldridge can be in that starting lineup.
Yeah. Blake
kind of complements that starting lineup more to me. And once LaMarcus comes off the bench, he's kind of like an instant offense. He brings that experience. And if he does have an off game, you still got Pat Mills in there that can also give you that offense off the bench. So I feel like that chemistry that they have coming off the bench together, they always had that in Portland. They had that in San Antonio.
Yeah.
It's just carrying on here in Brooklyn, and you just love to see it. So
I
like how he's playing. But
I know Saint was saying yesterday that LaMarcus does bring a lot off the bench. He brings that energy. So maybe taking him from putting him in the starting lineup might mess up that vibe, because his vibe has been coming off the bench and getting buckets in that mid-range area. So it's maybe I know Nash is not going to change anything. I know he's not going to really make some drastic changes. I know people want him to make some drastic changes, LaMarcus needs to start.
I thought more about that too last night. And the reason why I think, and I can agree with Jahi, is that it's when I look at LaMarcus, it's you gotta take into consideration that Patty Mills definitely, because it's then I started thinking imagine if Blake was coming off the bench with Patty Mills. It just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't. You have two individuals.
Water and oil.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Water and oil.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, it would be one thing if Patty was in the starting lineup, right? If he was the point guard because I've always said I wanted to see Patty, Harden, KD, either Blake or Millsap, or I even floated Claxton at the 4 with LaMarcus just to see how that would work. But I really think keeping those two together is the smart thing to do, whether that was be in the starting lineup or coming off the bench. But it's almost like bringing in a second, like, if you think about it, like our bench, if like say Kyrie was here and you moved Harris out of the starting lineup or even Brown or whatever, and you put that second unit's almost could be as good as some starting lineups. You know what I mean? Like, and if you keep those
argue
two
that
together, yeah, exactly. So
now, because Nicholas Claxton is coming back, as we said, we hope to see him coming back. So it's like now we got to incorporate. How does Nicholas Claxton work in the fold with the center rotation? You know, because I guess Blake, Marcus, Nick. I remember, I think Jay was telling me that now Blake might be getting limited. When Nick comes back, Blake might be playing limited now. And now it's just kind of see how do we fit in Nick now? Because, you know, Nick is still a big part of the team. I'm not going to, you know, I know Nets Nation has some beef with him and he hasn't been playing the best, but he's still a big part of the team. He's still a 5-man that can guard 1 through 5, you know, switch. He can block shots. He can protect the rim at times, you know. So it's like fitting Nick back in now is, I think, the Nets kind of have to figure that out, you know, before, you know, he gets back into shape, basically. But how do you feel about Nick Claxton? Yeah.
I feel like he could break out into the starting lineup before LaMarcus Aldridge, you know, because he even said it himself. He feels like he's the best defender on the team. I feel like he's the best defender on the team. And he hasn't even like scratched the surfaces of his true peak.
Yeah.
So imagine if he hits that point around like, let's say February.
Yeah.
He sneaks into that starting lineup over Blake, and then you have Blake all rested and you know, ready to go for the playoffs.
It's because we saw Nash start him. Nash started him early in the season, but again, maybe he lost faith a little bit. He lost faith. Then he put Claxton back on the bench, and then Blake started. You know,
but there's something going on with like either Clax clearly didn't come in shape, and then had issues with how like there was clearly something where it just like Claxton just didn't look like he had the same energy that he did last year. Yeah. And granted, he didn't get a much, you know, play in the playoffs, but I'm curious to see if he gets that energy back and he gets back on track as far as like looking like he's not going to pass out after 5 minutes from running, because that's been part of the frustration. Is that he'll come out, he'll be good for 5 minutes, he'll get a dunk, he'll flex. Steve Nash will yell at him, all the you know, like you saw KD yell. Everybody was like, dude, get back. So I hope whatever's going on right now. I heard somebody float an idea that he really wasn't sick that it was working things out, but whatever. I think he was sick.
I believe that too.
I agree.
You believe it? Yo, chill, man. Don't put that out there, though.
No, you never. But you never know, bro. I mean, all I'm saying is that I just like Claxton does have. He does have something to bring on the defensive end that is a lot better than some players on our team down low, but it's some of those other issues that have been a bit glaring obvious that, you know, if he's not paired with Harden, it's a tough go. I mean, we're only better if Clax comes back and balls out. Like,
Clax, if you're watching this, bro, I believe in you, bro. I believe in you, Clax. Okay? Clax, I believe in you. All right. Clax is the one Nets player that showed me love on. Well, actually, a couple did. I remember Spence, but Clax literally commented on my Instagram. So, Clax, man, you got this, bro. Just come back.
He definitely got this. Conditioning definitely could get solved.
Yeah,
definitely could get solved. And he definitely has better chemistry with Harden than Blake Griffin.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure.
What's up, Jay?
No, I was going to say something that hasn't been said is that one of the main things about Clax coming back, especially coming back, even if it's in the starting role, is you see how when Blake plays long minutes, he's not as effective as he can be. Same thing with LA. If he plays long minutes, he's not as effective as he can be towards the latter stages, right?
Yeah.
If Clax is in there let's say for 20 minutes, right? All energy, all hustle, and you also give Blake in LA a 20 to 25-minute burst.
Yeah.
That allows Blake to fly around the court, diving for loose balls and just being menace Blake.
Being hard hat Jake. Yeah, being hard hat Blake.
Right. That allows
Yeah.
LA to hit jumpers, be active hands on defense. It maximizes everybody when Clax is back, taking up some of the minutes.
Yeah. No, that's a great point. That's a great point because Blake, and sometimes Steve Nash does drag Blake a little bit too long in the quarters, and I do be getting frustrated sometimes. I'd be like, okay, it's time to put LaMarcus in. Like, you know, I'd be kind of looking at the TV like, put LaMarcus in. Like, but he does kind of drag Blake on. But putting Claxton in, that's a great point, would help Blake. Just because Blake is more like, now at his career he's not the high flyer he used to be, and he's not like the athletic beast he used to be. So the short bursts, like we saw in the playoffs, short bursts, it just does wonders for Blake. You know what I'm saying? It allows him to hustle on the floor, get loose balls, get rebounds, stuff like that. So, but moving on, I want to get into
real quick to jump on the end of that, and this is why when we don't like. And it's not even to open a Kyrie conversation. That's not the point of what I'm saying. But
last segment, bro.
No. Hear me out. the way the team was. This is part of that. The way the team was designed, and if you look at it the same way, and this is more towards if everybody was there, and that includes Claxton, that includes Blake, and Millsap and LaMarcus. If you have all four of those guys there healthy, ready to go. And this is to what Jay was just saying, is that none of those guys really have to play over to 20 to 25 minutes a game. Like, they can very much stay within that 20 to 25 minute range and be effective instead of being like, because let's be honest, like he said, they hit 30 minutes, they hit past that, they start most of the time become less effective. They're better. They seem to be better in spurts. So if we have all four of those guys on the court healthy, like contributing, it's just better for us in the long run. That's more where I was going with it. Like,
that's a fact.
Our team is very much built on what we have, unfortunately. Like,
But
that's where I was going with it.
The same. That's one thing I do kind of want to argue though. Having Blake and LMA like at that 20-minute spurt, like say if one of them is like they have it going offensively, right? Do you want to like take them out like the game that LMA was having last night?
No. What I mean, like, granted, last night, like I think we should have kept him more in there. I guess more I'm saying is that when you have those four guys and they're all healthy, you now have the versatility. I guess I should have gone more at the versatility, and you can pick and choose who's playing better and good. Like, that's kind of probably where I was coming from. I'm not saying, no, hey, 20 minutes, doom, you're out. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying you have the versatility of those four guys that you don't have to burn out. And if one is slaying it and the other one's not, well, you got three other guys that can go a little bit longer if they have to.
So who are you guys gonna go with if none of them have it going, but then you're in a close game down the stretch?
Ooh, good question.
Well, right now I'm going with LaMarcus because the way he's been playing.
I'm going with the veteran. I'm going with veteran experience a little bit more there.
It does depend on the matchups because, like, what if like it's a guy that LaMarcus can't guard in the game? It depends on the team, but if all else fails, I'm going with LaMarcus right now. You know, I want to say Clax, but Clax, you gotta give me something, Clax. Give me something to work with. Give me something to work with, Clax.
If you had to put him in order of fastest to slowest, it definitely would be Claxton, Blake. And LaMarcus and Millsap are kind of like a dead even. It's kind of like that would be like a 20-second 100-yard dash between those two. Like that's.
But
remember that sequence?
Let me say, AJ. Let me hit you all with a something from left field. When Ajayi says, "Who would you go with?" Here would be my death lineup: KD. Kyrie, the Beard,
right?
Of course,
Joey Shuttlesworth,
right.
Joe,
and the fifth guy DeAndre Bembry.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh,
He did go left field. He did go.
that is left field as hell.
Now is that
Left field as hell.
now is that against the
Yeah.
small ball team though, right? Yes.
As much
That's
as
just
I
the
would
depth
like
lineup.
as much as I would like to say yes, Golden State didn't only instill their depth lineup against small ball teams.
Yes.
Right.
They made. Are you going to tell me which one of those 5 is your center going to guard?
You have to get
Because
Durant.
your center cannot guard Bembry cutting to the rim. He's not that fast.
Yeah.
Right.
Your center definitely can't guard Harden. He's going to blow by him. He can't guard Kyrie. He's going to make him fall on the floor. Is he going to chase Joe around the 3-point line?
No.
And are we going to put your center on KD? You got to get your center out the game.
Yeah, he's forcing them to go small with that lineup. You got to force the other team to go small. They got to go small. But yeah,
But the thing
do
is,
that yet.
with that lineup, you're definitely not winning the battle on the boards. Like, no matter
Yeah.
what happens, and you're definitely you're gonna struggle to get defensive boards on every single possession. Like, everybody will have to like go all out on that end to crash the glass.
Yeah.
In order for that to happen, and I don't know if like Durant is ready at this stage yet to hold it down at the 5 for a long period of time. Like when he was in Golden State, when he had Draymond like kind of running that position at the 5, like Draymond was already used to that. He could facilitate, like once he grabs a defensive board, he could get it out in transition.
Yeah.
And Durant doesn't have that much, I guess to say pressure on him like in the interior.
Yeah.
But with Durant having that right now, he needs to work on that more. To me, I don't think he could do that. Like to make that as lethal. As everything you said was facts, though. Everything you said, Jay, was facts. On offense, they're going crazy.
Yeah.
Defense.
I know the Nets have made an effort to try to crash the boards, but I do on some level think they've kind of just like, I wouldn't say they've waved the white flag, but I don't think it's like their number one priority. I definitely think like more of like that on the ball defense, stopping guys from coming in has been more of the center. But I all around, I'm happy with their defense, but I don't think we're gonna get the rebound game solid.
It's better than last year.
It's better than last year.
Right now, it's better than last year. From right now, I'm saying from now on, and from now what will be seen, it's better than last year. The rebounding, it's not like perfect though, because we still get out rebounded, but it's like it's a little bit better. I don't know, because maybe LaMarcus or Paul Millsap's a great rebounder, so maybe just adding personnel helped the rebounding. But I want to move on to the Bulls game. This is what everybody wanted to talk about. If you guys don't know, we lost to the Bulls 118-95. And this game basically came down to the fourth quarter. If you watched the game, it came down to the fourth quarter where the Nets were outscored. Now, a lot of talk kind of went on Harden. Last night's stream was kind of toxic. We had a who to blame. And I put Harden going ghost. I put Bruce Brown 0 for 7, 0 points.
0 for 8.
Who else? 0 for 8, my fault. 0 for 8, 0 points. Who else was on the list? Oh, no, I put Nash. And then I put Joe Harris. I put Joe Harris just because, everybody wants to blame Joe Harris.
Yeah, we literally got after the game, and there were people before anything was said were like, this is Joe Harris's fault. And I'm
it's Joe Harris.
Did any of you even look at the stat line? Anything? Like, immediately went to Nash. Like, I do think Nash could have done something there. But, it was amazing how, and Jay laughs at this because he sees it all the time with Twitter. It's where it's just like people just go to their go-to blame without any knowledge.
Right. So the poll ended up being the Nets. It was like 200 votes. People voted Harden going ghost, and then Nash was second. Yeah. So I kind of pinpointed in the stream last night. Nash didn't put Harden in. He left Harden and KD out in that fourth quarter. And I just feel like Nash should stagger their minutes, at least keep one in at all times. But in that fourth quarter, he kept them both on the bench. The Bulls went on a run. And then by the time Nash was scrambling to put KD and Harden back in, it was too late. They just caught that momentum. So I think that kind of screwed us in that fourth quarter.
It gave the Bulls confidence.
Exactly. And then in the fourth quarter, also, people were saying, this is what the number one votes were saying, Harden going ghost. And Harden had, 13 points? He shot 2 times in the fourth quarter. He shot twice in the fourth quarter, right?
Yeah.
I believe it was.
Three,
No, I
too.
actually.
14 points. 14 points,
Yeah.
8 rebounds, 5 assists.
On
4
11
for
shots.
Yeah, on 11. He only shot 11 times. And now people are kind of like, what's going on? Like, he should have, helped KD out in that fourth quarter because we know KD was going crazy in the fourth quarter. I think he had 11 of the 17 points that we scored. So people are kind of coming at Harden. So I wanted your take. What do you think about James Harden? What does he need to do to, I guess, yeah, go ahead.
Well, before he does that, he sent me a video that we had a hard time getting downloaded, but the gist
I got it.
of the video,
I got the clip.
Oh, you got it? Okay. Do you want to
Yeah.
segue that? Because you brought this up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ajayi brought that this was something he wanted to talk about. So if you can, if we play the clip and then
I'll play him. This is Harden after the game, y'all.
I know these foul question calls gets a little repetitive. It just seemed like it took you out of your game.
No,
at one point.
I don't talk about it. It didn't. I never got. It didn't take me out of my game. Felt like I played well into the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter, we none of us played well, so it definitely didn't take me out of my game.
Defensively, you guys may have.
No, it's us. All us.
Fair to say that creating more opportunities in the paint, however you create them, whatever that is, whether it's post-ups with Marcus or whether it's driving, was that a top priority after this game going forward? When you look back at this game, is that something that cost you as a lack of production in the paint?
What is that? What was that?
I'm asking, do you
the Marcus post-ups?
Yo, he was pissed. Yo, he didn't want to answer nothing, bro. You could just tell Harden didn't want to answer no questions.
He was just upset with himself.
He was upset. But yeah, we see Harden's frustration, and it's like, I'm not even blaming this whole loss on Harden, but I know Nets Nation is saying like, I know people are saying half Nash, half Harden not showing up. And I'm gonna have to disagree with Harden in that post conference though. He said none of us played well. KD scored. KD was playing well in that fourth quarter. I don't think you remember, bro. KD was playing well, but nobody else was playing well. Yeah, but go ahead. What's your take on what does Harden need to do? I guess to be more consistent. It's not that he's not, because a lot of people say he's in shape and this and that, but it's just being more consistent, giving us 20 every night. Like, how can he get over that hump, man? How do you feel about that?
Do you feel like, I mean, like, is the question just for the fourth quarter or just in, like for every game?
Oh, yeah, we can do.
Well, how about this? He only took 11 shots. So, because I don't want to say like, because when I look at people, we're saying, all right, he ghosted or whatever. Like, I'm not coming hard at him because if you look at the rest of his stat line, dude had like 8 rebounds, 6 or 7 assists. He did have like a couple steals. So it's like he did other things and his
until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, his shooting wasn't like terrible, but he was very passive. It just seemed like you only took 11 shots, and whether you want to attribute that to being tired or just what it was, whether their defense threw him out of his sync, I don't know. I guess that's the other part of it.
Right. I just feel I agree, Saint. He was being passive. He just needs to be more assertive in that fourth quarter. There should be no reason why LaMarcus had taken more shots that game than him. Him and Kevin Durant are the best players on the court.
Exactly.
Like, even including the Bulls roster, it did not matter. I want to see him like shoot the ball more. Like, I don't even care if you miss. Like, at least we see you shooting the ball because we know you're one of the best players on the court. But to get up 2 shots and from deep too, when you already starting to get some calls like in the interior, like at least get to the mid range. At least like. He just needs to do that, and I know like you could like blame conditioning or probably like fatigue off the back-to-back, but he is coming off like that hamstring injury from last season, so I give him like a pass because it is just the beginning of the season. But still though, like that's better than having like Bruce Brown take 2 shots in that quarter too. Like I'd rather him take Brown's 2 shots in that quarter than Brown like take those shots, even though like they're open, but.
Yeah,
he just needs to take
like I said, and I said the same thing yesterday, bro. I was like, as long as Harden shoots him, I don't care if you miss some shots in the fourth, but take the shots, take the shots because like you're one of the second best player right now on the team, and then you gotta like, I mean, at least be there, at least show yourself. That's what I'm saying. At least, I don't care if you miss and we lose, I'm fine, but at least take those shots, bro, because it's for the team, for the betterment of the team. we need to have a chance in the game too. You know what I'm saying? And if it's just KD against the Bulls by himself, that's never gonna work. Again, KD against by himself against any team is not gonna work. It's not. You know what I'm saying?
He went off too in that Toronto game in the fourth quarter. So I was thinking he was gonna unleash that same vibe in that fourth quarter too. So I was like, all right, Harden about to get cooking. He's gonna do his thing again, but then he didn't. So
it's like he froze. He just was like, I was trying to figure out, like, because I was hyped too. I was like, oh, he's about to go crazy in the fourth, let him rock, and then like he just didn't show up, and I was just like,
I think the most frustrating thing about the fourth quarter was that you literally had 1-2 passes, and then it was like, just look for KD, and it's like I that was the part that kind of threw me, and I was just like. Because there was that stretch. I'm trying to remember what time it was. It was in that fourth quarter. And I know a couple people tweeted about it because I guess I wasn't the only one feeling it. We had just went down by like 4 points or something. And I just had that thought, like, this is the most crucial part of the game. Like, hold it together, get it together. And it just seemed like, for whatever reason, I'd be interested to hear what Jay had to say about this. Because I wasn't, up until that point, I thought it was a great game back and forth. Like it was like the refs were letting them play. People were. It looked like it didn't look like a terrible game. It just looked like a competitive game. You're not, these guys are not going to hit every shot every game. Some of these guys are going to have down games, but it just something that had been working for 3 quarters all of a sudden went out the window. And whether it was the communication or what it was, I don't know. But it just seemed to. And that was my thought. Like, this is the most crucial point, and I could just feel it slipping away. You there, Jay?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, and because I'm gonna push back on something that AJ said, and the people who voted for Coach Nash being the problem. Because no.
It was, I put the poll up, bro. I put the poll up, and it was Harden won, but the Nash was like a close second. They wanted to blame Nash.
On the spaces we were on last night, this actually came up. So I'm probably gonna repeat if people were on there last night, but I wasn't on with you all most of the night, so I didn't get to say this. Here's part of what you said. I'm gonna go back to the point I was gonna make. Part of what you said is correct. Whether we win or lose, it's like people are looking for the exact same 3 to complain about every game.
Yeah.
They looking to complain about Coach Nash. They looking to complain about Joey Shuttlesworth. And then the third one fluctuates from game to game. Sometimes it's Blake Griffin is washed. Other times it's they pick a third one. Now, why does that apply to Coach Nash? See, here's a criticism. Coach Nash. Even when you have a hand, Coach Nash will bench you, right? In the third quarter, KD was smoking. When Coach Nash would take out, you get on the 5 or 4 minute mark so that he can start the fourth.
Jay, breaking up.
Hey, Jay, Jay, hold on a second. I know what you're saying is important, but you've been robot for the last
He's got outside. Come back inside. I know you're outside right now. Come back.
Yeah, come back on Optimus Prime, real quick.
Now I can hear you. Now I can hear you, bro. No, you're going in the third quarter. KD in the third quarter. KD in the third
quarter was on fire. And usually around the 5 or 4 minute mark, Coach Nash will take him out and bench him for the rest of the quarter and then start him back in the fourth quarter. He did not do that. He addressed one of the criticisms that Nets Twitter has about taking the hot hand out, and he kept him in. Somebody tweeted at me earlier today and was like, KD and Harden should have started the fourth quarter. KD played all
the third quarter.
Yeah. He came up at 3 seconds. He played 9 minutes.
Robot Jay.
Yeah,
got Optimus
last
Prime.
I heard was the third quarter.
yeah, we got Optimus Prime action again.
Hold on, Jay. Damn, lost him. He was cooking too.
Yeah, he was good. He'll come back.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
We can hear
you. You're now, bro.
Okay. Yeah. I walked outside. My sons left their water bottles in my car.
Okay, I knew he was outside. That's why.
Yeah, so he usually takes them out, and one of them can start the fourth. What ended up happening was he kept KD in the entire third quarter.
Right.
And
but Jay, in that third quarter, did Harden I think he take out Harden in the when remember when KD was cooking, did he take out Harden in that third? Because I feel like he took out Harden in that third.
He did.
And let KD cook.
No, he took the beard out with 3 minutes, 6 seconds left in the third. So he played the first 9 minutes of the third.
Okay.
So it's difficult to bring either one back to start the fourth because neither one of them really got a rest. And people are talking about it's a back-to-back, so that factored in also.
Yeah.
That's part of it. But then in the fourth quarter, listen, sometimes this is just going to be the way that it is because this is the NBA. Chicago was hitting everything.
Yeah, they were.
I literally said that last stream.
Threes.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just hitting everything. Sometimes that's going to happen. So, I mean, who do you blame when a professional team is hitting everything?
That's true. You got to give the Bulls credit. You got to give the Bulls credit.
Yeah. You can't point the finger and say, it's Coach Nash's fault. Huh? It's this person's fault. No, sometimes, look, in the NBA, we know this. Great defense.
I mean, that was the other thing, too. Like, we oh, what was that? Oh, okay, you cut out.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying we did it. We also did a great job of kind of keeping ball kind of quiet for those first two.
But
first couple of
Jay,
quarters.
I agree with everything Jay said. Yeah, but I understand the criticism that people are saying because if he took out Harden with the 3 minutes left, people feel like Harden at least. If not KD could give KD his rest in that fourth. But he said starting the fourth, at least give Harden the second unit when starting the fourth. That's what people I guess are upset about. But you're right. It's not all on Nash. It's not all on Nash because the Bulls were hitting on the.
You can't say like you could. How about this? People either go straight to like, oh, it's all his fault, versus hey, could have Nash maybe played Bembry more than Brown? That's like. Would that have made us win the game? Who knows? But in hindsight of looking at stats, you got to like say, hey, he could have done this. Doesn't necessarily mean he lost. That's why we lost the game. And we could all Monday day quarterback it and look and say, hey, well, if he would have looking at the stats, if he would have done this over that, But I think somebody said the other day, at the end of the day, you can't always. It's not always the coach's fault when players play bad. For whatever reason,
that's a fact. Yeah.
And
just like I said, everything gets highlighted as a coach, though. When you're a coach,
of course,
and you lose, everything gets highlighted, like because he can't watch and see what he's doing. Like I said, I think in the press conference he said, "I gotta watch the film. I can't really react. I gotta watch the film, see what happened." Like he can't really see outside looking in. So like people are gonna super analyze every move. You know what I'm saying? Keeping Bruce Brown out there, even though he's 0 for 8, instead of putting Bembry in. Not putting Harden in the fourth. They're going to analyze that. They're going to like super analyze it. It might not be all Nash's fault, but those kind of little things is like people are going to get upset about. That's what I'm saying. That's why.
But the thing is like Bembry is not going to give you more offense than Brown, though. You know what I'm saying?
True.
No, but I mean, but I think I'm sorry to interrupt. But I think it more yesterday was if you can recognize Brown's not giving you anything. Like not saying Brown's trash, but if Brown is literally giving you 0 on everything, he had 1 rebound in 30 minutes, but you're seeing Bembry be more effective in half of that. Like, why not give him a run? But I agree. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Bembry, saying Bembry would be that change. When coaches got to energy. Like you see, like the other teams on the run, you're like, I got to switch the energy, make the energy different. Injecting Bembry and could have like just maybe. Spice things up a little bit for the Nets, like give them a little boost. But I think that's what Sam's saying.
I'm not denying like the move of putting Bembry in that fourth quarter because he had a strong third quarter.
Yeah,
but like if you're trying to keep up with that offense, like Saint points it out, like they got it going in the fourth. The only way they could have stayed in the game is to keep up with them offensively. And we've seen the Nets like put up like 40, maybe like 35 plus point quarters last year, but they aren't able to find that type of like offense this year. But they can in the fourth if they just get the ball more to, if Harden like actually like just gets more assertive, like starts taking more shots in that fourth along with KD, they could, man, if Kyrie was here, But
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to the Kyrie talk, man. We're gonna get to the Kyrie talk. We're gonna get to.
They can keep up with teams that get this hot, but
yeah,
at the end of the day, if a team like that gets it going now with where the Nets are right now, there's nothing you really can do. But Bembry would have definitely made an impact, and there should have been more timeouts called in the beginning of that quarter.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And the Bulls are, like I said, the Bulls are a playoff team. I'm gonna read some comments. Hold on, real quick. I see y'all in the chat. I'm gonna read some comments. Shout out WTM. He said, "I'm waiting on Bembry to get all Javon Carter's minutes." Key point, Saint. Miles Taylor. Shout out Miles Taylor. He said we got a very easy schedule coming up. Yeah, we do. T.I. said, I don't agree with everything what Nash did. We have seen it so many times. Even with the big three, it's not Nash's first time. That's a good point, T.I. He's still, like I said, he's a brand new coach. I mean, I'm not trying to use that as an excuse. This is his second year, but he still has a lot of stuff he's got to work on.
But AJ here, you even just said it. This is a championship team.
Yeah.
I think the very first mistake we made was get a new coach that hasn't had no coaching experience for literally didn't even coach a JV team.
He doesn't have no coaching history at all, bro.
He ain't coached not one team, and we put him on a championship JV team.
Yeah, nothing.
Nope. Not even YMCA. Nope.
Not even YMCA. Bro, it's like when that happened, like I'm saying, I'm not even trying to diss Nash, nothing, because Nash he's my guy, but when they first made that call, I really like looked at my phone, like I did a double take. I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I was like,
"Yeah."
Yeah,
I understood the shock factor because, like, oh my God, Steve Nash, Hall of Fame. But then when I sat back and looked at it, I was like, "Wait, he's never coached before. He's never ever been a coach." Like, I think I was like rooting for the Mark Jackson, Tom Thibodeau. I was rooting for that. I was thinking we was gonna get something like that. But then when Steve Nash came out of left field, I was like, whoa. Random. I was like, whoa.
Oh, hey, I got a question quick for Ajayi. Who's your favorite net? Did you answer that already?
Random.
Because I'm not yet.
Because I saw, I'm not gonna lie, I did a deep dive and I saw some pictures and you were wearing a Brown jersey. So I didn't know. I didn't know if that was your man. I didn't know if that was your dude or not.
Bruce Brown.
I mean, it makes sense, Ajayi Browne, but I'm just
curious. Bruce Brown. It's the fan.
Jared Allen was my favorite then, but
I love Jared Allen. I miss him. He should have been here though. They should have found a way. Sean Marsh should have found a way to keep him, but it is what it is.
There was no way. I'm sorry, but sorry to interrupt. But there was no way we were not getting Harden without Jared. No,
unless they gave up Kyrie, but nobody wanted to see that.
Yeah.
But you were saying somebody gave you that jersey and.
Oh no! I bought it because I feel like me and Brown kind of have similar playing styles. I pride myself on defense when I play basketball, and I'm not like the KD type, like the Kyrie type, but I'll put in work on defense, and I could get it going on my floaters. My three is not really there, but it's there.
That's cool.
It's kind of there. So I don't think he's my favorite net though. I think my favorite net has to be KD, because if he didn't come here, then one, this team is not here. Two, he can score on all three levels, and he's the best offensive player to ever play the game. First of all, so he's definitely my favorite net of all time. Not all time yet, but right now he's my favorite net.
Yeah,
and just watching him play is just so fun to watch. I think I like watching him play now more than Kyrie, but it's kind of close. But
tell me,
I don't think he's the most important player on the team, though.
But every time I see him play, I shake my head now. Every time I think he's not going to do something, he does it, and I'm just like what? like how does this guy not miss?
Yeah,
I'm just used to it.
He's not from here, He's not really made for a video game,
he's not of this being. He's not human.
He's an alien.
No.
He's different.
He has the perfect archetype to be great at this game.
Yeah.
I think he has 7'4" wingspan, 7'3" wingspan.
Yeah.
He's actually 7 feet tall. He's not 6'11". He's not 6'10". He's 7 feet tall. He could handle the ball. That I would be torture trying to guard that. I would never, ever.
It's impossible. No one can guard him. Nobody can guard him. Yeah.
No one. Not even
I'm gonna read some comments real quick, and then I'll get to the Kyrie. We'll get to the Kyrie segment where everybody's been waiting for it. The Kyrie talk. Shout out Amir. I may say Karis LeVert's my favorite player. Shout out Lil Rich. He said, "What's up? What's good, bro?" Durantula said Nash tries new things, changes lineups, unlike other coaches who has too much ego to change things on the fly. Okay. Hey, they coming.
I mean, there's trying new things and just being a crackhead. I'm sorry. That's the difference.
The experiment. Nash puts his lab coat on and was like, "I'm gonna experiment. What am I gonna do tonight?"
We haven't seen any this season, but last season,
last season it was bad, bro. Every game was an experiment. Like
it was crazy.
But this season is, I think his coaching, like I think Saints pointed it out. Like his coaching is different. Like he has been more like, I'm gonna stick with my plan and stuff like that. But last year it was like the experiment was going crazy with the experiments, bro.
He has a strong defensive mindset this season. I like how he came in on that end, but with the rotations, like just trying to gel guys together that I don't think really complement each other that much, and then keep resorting to it.
Yeah,
I feel like you should have like learned by now, like, okay, what works and what doesn't. Work.
Exactly. That's what you do as a coach. You figure out what works, what doesn't work, and stick to what works. You know, don't change things up just to experiment. If things are working, stick to what works.
Especially in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, especially the fourth, bro. Somebody said I'm not surprised because even Kyrie, we don't even. Oh yeah, they're talking about Kyrie when he said we don't need a head coach.
Oh man.
Oh man, comments is going crazy. Okay, so now we're up to the Kyrie. I know you guys all wanted to wait for the Kyrie talk. Now with Kyrie, again, we heard the mayor. I think he did an interview like was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago on CNN, where he said that Kyrie. They asked him, Kyrie, what do you feel about Kyrie coming back? Are you going to change the mandate? And we heard the mayor say, I'm blaming the NBA for that. The NBA is the reason why unvaccinated players can play in the Barclays, and Kyrie's going to have to figure that, and the Nets are going to have to figure that out. So everybody was just panicking after that, a little bit worried about Kyrie situation after we heard the new mayor, Eric Adams, say that. But Ajayi, I just want your take on this Kyrie situation. It's like I said, I try not to talk about Kyrie too much because it's like I feel depressed every time I start talking about Kyrie. But you know how Nets Nation is, like it's hard not to talk about Kyrie. It's everywhere. You see it on ESPN, you see it in Fox News, you see it in every article, you see it clickbaits. It's like it's Kyrie everywhere. So
you can't avoid it.
You can't avoid it. You can't avoid it, man. So what's your take on the Kyrie stuff?
I mean, man. I mean, I feel like I have two like perspectives on this. If I'm his teammate, I want him back as soon as possible.
Right.
I would be kind of like sick and tired of trying to like clean up spots where he would like excel in on the court and off the court. Like a lot of these players like look up to him because of just how much talent he has, like how much experience he has. He has a ring,
Yeah.
Like I would miss that like in the locker room and on the court. But if I'm Kyrie, like I know I'll be there for the playoffs. Like don't worry, I'll be there for the playoffs, and no one in the East can really stop this team when they're back like fully healthy. But in the moment, right now, like you can't really tell that to anybody because everybody wants you back. But
facts. Everybody's angry. Everybody's angry.
Yes, everyone's angry. Like every time like they lose, you're gonna.
It's gonna. That's exactly what happened last night on the stream. Everybody was just like, Kyrie is because Kyrie didn't have Kyrie. It's like, bro, we could have still beat the Bulls without him. Like, it still was a winnable game in the fourth quarter. Like, it's not always about Kyrie being not there. It's like we're still a good team without him. It's not like we're a bad trash team, So,
hey, listen, man. If Kyrie, man, this is just such a unique situation that we've never seen before. And of course, Kyrie, like he's gonna do what he feels is best for him.
Yeah.
So I think the best thing we can do is just wait. But
all we can do is wait.
I honestly feel like he should be back.
Yeah.
But he has every right to not come back until he feels like, like he wants to actually get the vaccination.
Yeah. And a lot of a lot of people were DMing me about a Kyrie update, and like I said, there's no update. It's just we have to wait. That's all we have to wait. The update. I might do a video on it, but the latest update was Brian Lewis put an article out about Kyrie's All-Star status being eligible. People are voting, or he's allegedly on the 2022 poll, so he might get some votes. But I did do a little research about that. There was some saying like Chelsea were right about the fan votes. I think it's 50% fan votes now. Like it used to be like 80 or 90, but the NBA changed it to 50. So Kyrie's gonna need more than just. I think he's gonna need more than fans to vote for him just to be in the All-Star. He's gonna get the fan vote. You know, he's gonna get probably like 2 million. He might be up there in the fan vote, but he's gonna need like players and media, some players, some media, and some coaches to vote for him too.
And then AJ, that'll be hypocritical of the league to have him play in that game and not like in this. I mean, not really the league. I guess you can say just the New York vaccination mandates, but still, like the league allowed players to play at Barclays, like without that shot.
So you think the NBA would be like, can't do that? But he's the All-Star game's in Atlanta, so that's why it's like, you know.
But then it's like, okay, he's still on the court with players that got that shot.
True.
At the end of the day, so it's like it's all over the place, and
it's weird. This whole thing is weird, bro. This whole mandate makes no sense.
It's so weird. It's so weird, but man, just let him play. Just let him play. That's just how I really feel. But,
it's just this whole mandate thing doesn't make sense. That's why I'm saying like Eric Adams is trying to blame the NBA, but it's not the NBA. But there's no vaccine mandate in the NBA. You know, it's New York. It's New York.
Not to mention how
Nation hope.
Yeah, and then he took it away.
He took it away. Yeah,
took it away.
He gave us hope.
Like, here, no, give me that.
He's like, vote for me. Kyrie's gonna come back. Hell yeah. And then as soon as he got voted in, it's the NBA got to deal with it. Forget. I don't know what you're talking about.
You want to know what's crazy? Yeah. What's crazy is how many of those players, because they even said this, that when they announced at the beginning, we have X amount of people vaccinated, and then literally like 1 week later, their numbers went up like 30-40%. Most of these players just got one shot, and that was it. So it's like you even there, it's like you have not like they took a shot, but they're not fully vaccinated, but nobody cares.
Exactly.
And it's like
then we've seen Joel Embiid get COVID, and he's vaccinated.
Right.
So it's like I don't know where to go from here. Bro.
Well, they're coming up with a pill. I guess there's a pill form coming out, and I wonder if that changes anything.
I doubt it. I think
Americans, but let's be honest though, Americans love their pills.
That's true.
We love our pills. We don't like our needles, but we love our pills. That it's a little bit more palpable for some people, I think, to take a pill than the idea of jabbing them with something. So, but who knows? I mean,
you think Kyrie's gonna change his change his feel?
Jay,
I'll take the pill, but no, don't jab me.
I mean, listen, if you listen to some people, because like I love Jay, but Jay be cryptic as all hell sometimes, and it's like he gets your head thinking, right? I love and
Jay, I hope you're listening, Jay.
Jay is very cryptic about a lot of stuff that turns out to be very true. If you follow Jay for long enough, you will see things he says. But this one really, honestly, has me kind of like, I just don't know, because I don't see them changing the mandate anytime soon, especially trying to push now for children to be vaccinated 5 to 11. So I don't see that changing.
I like that.
I really don't see Kyrie at this very moment taking the shot either, as long as he's been doing this. Like some people like, oh, well, what would that say to his message if he just got it and came back? And it's like, so I really don't know. Like, I really don't know how this plays out.
Yeah.
All I know is I want him on the team, but at what point does this, like, when does it come to a head? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to, I'm gonna read some comments. Somebody said Kai is in too deep.
Yeah, way too deep.
Like he's an undercover cop.
Empire said right now he needs to worry about James Harden's slump. We just talked about James Harden. Larry the Bird said Cam Thomas should be getting time with Nets, not in G League. Oof. Oh man, here we go with the Cam. The Cam stands have arrived. Say the Cam Cam fans are in the chat, bro. Where's Jay from Jay? Jay left. I think he said he was putting his.
He sent me a message back saying he'll be back, and I assume when he comes back, he will.
Yeah, he's putting his children going to bed, so
yeah. And listen, I feel it because I just that's why I dipped off the stream for a second because
fatherly duties.
I had to be a dad and
fatherly duties.
Just remember, boys and girls, that when you decide to settle down, make sure it's the right. That's why. Make sure it's the right
girl. Make sure it's the right gal, man. If it's not the right gal, don't do it.
That's all I gotta say. All right, next subject.
Cam Thomas. Somebody said Cam Thomas could be 12 to 15 points a night. Yeah, y'all. The Cam stands got to chill. Like Cam is good, but y'all putting him in this elite like MJ kind of get in the game and just.
Yeah,
like he's still a rookie, y'all. He's still learning, yo. He's still learning. Y'all gotta just give him time, bro. It's a championship team, It's a championship team. Like, don't expect a rookie to get 30, 40 minutes. No. It's not how it works in the NBA.
And especially if Nash is not going to play him, I said this last night. You want him in the G League.
Yeah.
I mean, you want him down there getting his run, getting his shots up, like continuing to like progress on his game. You don't want him just sitting at the end of the bench. Like he has played. I guarantee, yes, sitting watching the game, he's going to learn things. Yes, but if he's not coming into play, let him observe what he's watching in a real NBA game, and then go put it into practice in G League. Why you wouldn't want that? I don't know.
I think the reason Cam fans are going crazy, I think, is because they missed, scoring from Kyrie, or actually Harden's not really scoring like he usually scores. So like they want some type of score in. That's why they're kind of yearning for like Cam to get in this game and just automatically come in and play and get these points off. I think that's why destination.
Well, I guess they saw him in preseason, and I'll go for it, Ajayi. I've been talking too much. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, I was just gonna say even if Cam does put up those numbers, I don't think it'll be consistent.
No. And Cam, people forget Cam's a volume. He's just like Harden, or he's like a volume shooter. He's not really like known for his efficient. He's not going to give like 15 of 20, or he's going to take a lot of shots and he's going to miss some. But when he starts going, he gets hot. Yes, he does get hot, but it takes him a while. He's like a volume shooter. You know what I'm saying?
He doesn't even have his first field goal yet.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like we can't jump from like point A to point B with him,
Bro, I promise you, every day I get a comment like, bro, Nash need to start Cam. Put Cam in the game. I'm like, bro, like you gotta DM Nash this, bro. Message him and tell him to put Cam in the game. Don't tell me.
Don't tell me.
Don't tell me to put Cam in.
I'm pretty sure we all like Cam. We all like
Cam. We do. I love
Cam.
Yeah. But it's just like, it's just like I said, I understand why he's not playing. Like I said, I understand.
Yeah, situation isn't ideal in Brooklyn right now.
Yeah. Somebody said Kyrie's the next Kaepernick. He's gonna stick to his beliefs. Oh man, I don't want to, because Kaepernick never got back in the NFL, man. I don't want to hear that.
Like, I don't think Kaepernick wanted to. I think he just stuck to that message. He didn't even care about the NFL anymore. Just put it that way. I don't even think he cared.
Yeah.
I also don't see the difference is that what people tried to push against Kaepernick that was so wrong is like a different message than the vaccination type stuff. And Kyrie's not out here talking. He's not saying anything. He's not visible in every game like Kaepernick.
He just puts like cryptic Instagrams that get me tight, bro. The Morpheus. Remember the Morpheus? No, first he put the diamond or the what was it, the 8? The 8?
Yeah, that was for his new shoes. Yeah,
then he did that.
Are you talking about the two up down the triangles that didn't?
Yeah, the triangle, the dodo.
But that has to do with that has to do with the Indian part. It's something that had to do with the culture.
That tribe.
American,
that tribe.
Something with the sun and like something else meeting, like that's what it's like some type of thing.
Sun and Earth or something. Yeah.
Then he put the Morpheus tweet out there. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, what's gonna happen?" Because he put the Morpheus Instagram out, and then then the mayor made the announcement the next day. So we're like, "Whoa, what's going on?" But then I don't know. So it's just weird.
Just from that Morpheus post though, I know like even he's not taking that pill. Like he's
in the Matrix.
It's even deeper than we even have any knowledge on. It's
Yeah.
out of our control.
So it's
It is
bigger
out
than
of our
Nino Brown.
control. Yeah.
It's bigger than
What was
Nino
that?
Brown.
Yes,
It's bigger than
exactly,
Nino
way
Brown.
bigger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look at Matt Brooks in the chat. Oh, we got
Oh,
okay.
yes, sir.
Matt Brooks, he said, "Hey, sup, y'all?
Oh,
Ajayi
Matt.
is a great cat. This is dope." Yeah, man.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Matt
man.
Brooks.
What's good, man?
Shout out to Matt Brooks. Yo, Matt, man, what's up,
Pull
bro?
up right now, Matt. Pull up right now. I will send you a link.
So I said Kai wants to be the voice. Kaepernick. Oh, now you're going in too deep with the Kyrie talk with Kyrie Kaepernick. I don't want to compare them.
They're incomparable. This is not even.
Yeah,
it's
not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
Not the same thing.
But we'll go to the question segment. If you guys got any questions for Ajayi, just put at Saint in the chat. Put at and then put Saint, and then ask any questions y'all want. Any questions y'all want about the game, about Nets talk, about players. Somebody said Katie tweeted. Somebody just said Katie tweeted. Did he tweet it recently?
Yeah, but I looked at it and I don't think it's what people are alluding to. It's something.
Was it just like just now? He tweeted just now?
It's something. Yeah, I don't think it's any. I said it like it's time or something, but it's not like.
No, Katie's being cryptic, man. Damn.
No, but I don't think it is. Yeah. Oh, but be prepared, John. Our chat could get a little nuts. They're liable to ask you anything.
I'm ready. I'm ready for anything.
He's ready for the smoke. Wait, I'm trying to look at what Katie said.
Hey Jay, are you there still?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I didn't see what Katie said.
And
he said I think it's about time. Oh, he was replying to somebody, I think.
Yeah,
he said I think it's about time. Yeah.
In about a minute or two, we're gonna have somebody else pull up here in a minute.
But
yeah, if you got any questions, let me see what we got here. Let me look at it.
Super chat alert.
Oh, super chat. Bam. Hopefully it's nice.
Oh my god!
Oh, the fight.
Somebody said, "How bad do y'all think Frank Gore is going to kick Durham Williams?"
Dude,
bro, Darren better not lose for us.
No, but don't, dude.
Huh?
I'm sorry. Don't sleep on Durant Williams. Durant Williams owns a MMA gym. Just so you know, like you don't own an MMA gym if you're like, well, he could do it for business, but I'm pretty damn sure that dude's in there putting in some work. Don't.
Yeah,
sleep
I don't
on
think you understand. This is Frank Gore we're talking about. This man was in his 40s playing professional football, getting banged in the head.
He's in great shape, bro. Because he was a running back for like I think he was he was a running back for a minute, and he was still like killing it. He was still killing it.
He's Larry Fitzgerald 2.0. Don't sleep on Frank Gore. He might fuck him up. I don't know.
Yo, Frank is in great shape, bro.
I don't know, man.
I'm praying Darren. Yeah. Who you think's gonna win, bro?
I got D Will, man.
D Will, let's go.
You gotta stick with D Will.
Listen. He was already wrestling before he got into the A, before he started playing basketball in high school.
Yeah.
He's been training since he left the NBA with a coach that primarily focuses on MMA. And like you said, saying like he already has an MMA gym.
Mm-hmm.
There's something there.
Listen.
Listen. There's something there.
I just gotta see it first, though. I gotta see it.
I hope D Will comes out with a he comes out. You know when he do the when they come down the stage. I hope he's wearing like a Nets robe or something like that, like a whole Nets.
like he tries to make up, he tries to make up for. I mean,
I hope he's wearing a Nets robe, bro.
He's staying in shape. He's got some,
Yeah.
This is Frank.
I mean, but you're right. Like Frank, I know, but Frank Gore could take a punch. He could probably take a punch. We'll say that, or. Yeah. He's got no but if you look at I think they're close to the same weight, same height, like
we're looking at more questions. Somebody said, "What's up with Harden? What's up with this sit Harden and KD stuff to start the fourth quarter?" Oh, he's talking about when Nash sat Harden and KD to start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we kind of dived into that earlier.
Yeah, we dived into that. Like I said, it was that's just how Nash was feeling. I guess I didn't agree with it. Jay spoke on it too. Like KD played a lot of that third quarter, most of the third quarter. So KD deserved that rest. In the beginning of the fourth quarter, KD deserved that rest. So don't put KD. It was Harden, which I thought should have started only Harden in the second unit should have put it in that fourth quarter because Harden got taken out in that third with I think he said 3 minutes left in the third. So I think Harden should have been in that fourth quarter just to start. But you know.
Hey, I'm going to throw two questions out that I saw earlier, like kind of to Jahi, and Jay could probably speak a little bit more too. Earlier it was, when is Claxton return? CWE Bed-Stuy said, when is Claxton returning? And then you could kind of link these two a little bit. Do you think it's likely Claxton will get traded? Don't see him being a net long term, honestly. You could kind of put those two together if you want. Like, when's he coming back? Like, what have you heard, Ajayi, Jay? Like, when's like, and we've had a lengthy discussion with Jay about the many possibilities of Claxton's future.
Yeah.
Well, I just know as of right now he's still ill. I see him coming back next week. He's going back and forth with the G League, with Long Island. I don't know why though. But I feel like he was working on his conditioning a little there. I don't see him getting traded because I still feel like he's the best defender on this team. It's not going to change until the end of the season. Okay. If you do move him, I don't think you're going to get a piece back that.
I was saying that before. His value can't be that high, bro. His value is no way his value that high because he hasn't played. He barely played. Like his first year, he was hurt. Second year, he played half the year. It was basically half the year, and now the third year. This is like, come on, like I don't think his value is that crazy right now. I don't see people like offering like assets for Claxton. That's just me. I don't see it.
I mean, you're right. That may work in our favor down the long run as Nets fans. Like, if depending on how this year goes, like you can't imagine it really getting to a point where that he would get a ton. I still think people would want to sign him, but that I don't know. It all. You think people would
trade for him? You saying trade for him or sign him?
I for sure think people would trade for him, but I if just in seeing.
But they're not going to give us like. A great player for.
But think about this: how his camp and how they handled the offseason where the Nets wanted him to go to summer league and their camp was like, no, we think it's better he doesn't go. You're telling me that very same camp, if this guy is a free agent at the end of the year, is not going to go find out what's going on around there? Like, there's no way they're not going to shop him. There's no way that they wouldn't go see what other people could potentially offer him. Yeah. I mean, granted,
Jay said they were shopping him in the he said the Nets were shopping him in the beginning of the like preseason whatever area before the season started. So, but like I said, I don't know if teams were not taking it or I don't know. So, but again, Claxton, like I said, I'm not trading. Like I said, I'm not trading Claxton unless we get something nice back. And me personally, I don't want to trade Claxton. He's one of my favorite players. So y'all gotta chill. Claxton, my guy. No trade Claxton in the chat. No trade Claxton in the chat.
Finna throw hands.
I don't
I'm
want
to throw hands. I'm gonna throw hands if you talk about Claxton, bro. Claxton, I got us. I got us, bro. All right.
Yo, one of the things when it comes to some of these guys is like we don't see their trade value, but everybody in the NBA has trade value. Depending on the team from this standpoint. Look at a guy like what's the guy on Detroit's name? Well, he was on Detroit. Luke Kennard, right?
Oh, Luke Kennard, yeah.
Didn't Luke Kennard get like $16 million?
Oh yeah, they overpaid him. OG,
they gave him a big contract.
Way too much money, bro.
Just to sit on the bench for a good amount of that season too.
Yeah,
right. Because you don't know the value that another team sees in a guy.
Yeah,
other teams see value in guys that we're like, yo, why you gave him the bag?
Yeah,
but they give him the bag anyway. And Luke Kennard is a prime example.
Yeah,
it's like, yo, why would you pay him?
Yeah,
right.
Oh, Matt's here. Matt's here.
Oh.
Let's go.
Let's stop sharing. Let's stop
go.
Sharing
Gang.
Oh,
you got the lens. Okay.
What's up, y'all?
Matt, what's good, bro? What's good?
Hey,
Matt.
What's up, y'all? Matt. Good to be here.
We were just talking about Claxton when he's going to come back, and people are saying he is trading Claxton. It's getting crazy in here, bro. It's getting crazy.
Yeah.
How you feeling about Claxton?
I'd like to see him play.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him play. How about that? Let's start there. I could end the sentence right there.
All right.
I feel like we've watched him play for like 2 games this year and didn't really do anything super memorable. So, I want to see him play. Want to see what he looks like. and then from there we'll kind of figure it out.
Oh, the other question I was going to ask you, Matt, because you're the breakdown king. Claxton, right? Fitting Claxton now that if he does come back, fitting him in the center rotation, how do you think that works, like with LaMarcus and Blake? Because I'm trying to figure that out too right now. Like, who gets the less minutes, more minutes?
Yeah.
Do we, is it matchup dependent? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
They seem like they want to stick to a pretty strict rotation. So, like, you've seen that in the last two games. They're, like, bringing in Bembry or Carter in at the end of the first quarter because they like that second unit where it's, like, Mills, LaMarcus, Joe Harris. So it seems like with that in mind, it would be a pretty big shakeup. I mean, the secret to their run is that they've done it with Claxton out. Yes, it's come with putting in Bruce Brown and playing Bembry more, but it's also come with with Claxton out. And part of that is that you're not seeing these lineups where it's like Claxton and Blake playing together. And then your bench is like Millsap and LaMarcus. It's just, they've been better since, which is not like necessarily a surprise considering they've always been better when they play small, but they've been better playing small again this year.
Yeah. And that's a great point because the defense, oh my goodness, the defense, we already know the defense is, who would have thought the Nets would have been top 5 or top 10 defense now? Like that small ball that we see, right? The small ball with Bruce Brown and Blake. Is that the reason? Do you think part of that is the reason why our defense is so good now? I know we got to credit Steve Clifford and what's the other coach? Vander, I forgot his name.
Vanderpool.
David.
Coach Vaughn is not getting the credit that he deserves.
Oh, Coach Vaughn. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, Coach Vaughn. Steve Clifford, Coach Vaughn. Yes. For the defense has changed dramatically, right? So you think small ball is part of the reason, like the small ball defense is part of the reason, or do you think it's a personnel kind of thing with the defense?
I think it's because drop defense works in the regular season, especially in a season where 3-point shooting is way down across the league. You're seeing teams. I mean, last year, like the 3-point shooting was ridiculous. So teams that crowded the paint and allowed threes were way worse. Like you saw Toronto one year, they're this elite defense. The next year, they look horrible. And it's partly because they're playing in arenas with no fans. So you're making more threes. This year, we've kind of returned to normalcy. If anything, it's like lower than normal. So when you're playing drop defense, you're kind of forcing teams into taking pull-up jumpers from mid-range and 3-point range. And that so far has been like a really prudent strategy this year. So
the switch everything was not working.
Because you're just
the switch everything was the switch everything defense that we did last year was just like everything was a switch. Every game switch everything.
And I bet you see it in the playoffs because when the lights get bright and you're switching everything, it fools teams into thinking, okay, we're just gonna go pick on so-and-so player for 10 possessions, and then they kind of get out of what they normally do offensively. But right now, it's like you're in the regular season, you're sort of just trucking through and you're not really adjusting a ton game to game. Sometimes you might see it, sometimes you might not. But for the most part, you're kind of running the same general things every night. And drop defense helps you win a lot of games. It's like why you see, I don't know, what's a good example? Who runs a lot of drop? I mean, Orlando with
the Bucks did. The Bucks run a lot of drop defense too.
Yep. And they were like this elite defensive team over those years. And then last year they switched things up and their defensive rating falls off. And it's like, that's why you're getting away from a scheme that works a lot in the regular season. Yeah.
Any questions y'all have? Just put now that we got two. Nets Kingdom is lit right now. We got Matt Brooks, Ajayi. Like you guys got to ask your questions now.
And we got Jay.
And we got Jay. And we got Jay. Like come on, son.
Nah. They the stars. Hey, AJ, did you hear what Matt? I don't know if Matt was on here earlier, but did you hear Matt highlighting the small ball lineup? Right. And then go back to what I said earlier. Matt, have you given this any thought? Now I've already put it out there, so you can't try to claim it on your own moving forward.
I'm gonna. I have a podcast and everything. I'm gonna.
The Nets current version death lineup. KD, Kyrie, the Beard, Joey Shuttlesworth, and DeAndre Bembry.
Can I go crazier? Can I go Patty Mills?
Whoa!
For who?
Playing
Yeah,
no
for who?
defense.
For who?
We're scoring.
He's just going all in with the offense. He's going all in.
Yeah,
He's like offense first.
That's how crazy it could be.
That death lineup is like, damn. I'm trying to think about that death lineup, bro. But that I like it, but like Ajayi was saying before, the rebounding is death worries me, that lineup. The rebounding, if it's a team that actually rebounds with that death lineup with Bembry, it's tough. It's tough, man.
You don't worry about that though.
Oh, because we're gonna score.
Make sure you outscore them. That's the only thing you can do with that lineup.
Yeah.
No, it's not just that we're gonna score. It's like and man, I don't want to fall into the trap of, a lot of people like comparing this team to that team. I'm not doing it saying comparatively speaking, but in using Golden State as the model, right?
Yeah.
Who was a monster rebounder out there?
They didn't really have one.
I know, but they were still effective.
That's a fact.
As long as you gang rebound and box out, you can still be effective.
Yeah. That's great. That's a great point you said it, because sometimes I used to say Blake is not a really good rebounder, but these past few games, like the team has kind of been gang rebounding, and Blake has been like putting a lot of effort of getting rebounds. So it's like if you do put in that effort, it could work. It could work.
Joey Shuttlesworth has been getting a lot of rebounds.
Thank you.
Yeah, Joey too.
I was just gonna say that. Look at all the other players that you normally would not expect to get rebounds have been rebounding. That's why I highlighted yesterday about like if you're not looking at the other areas that Joe Harris is, and then people accused me of just defending Joe Harris. It's like, no, if you're really watching the Nets right now, you are seeing other players do things that they didn't really do last year or are not known for. And one of them has been a total effort of them trying to rebound, where it would have been rebound numbers last year if none of them actually tried to make that effort. We would have those ridiculous spaces of, hey, they had 40 rebounds, we had 24. You're not seeing that as that much so far.
Yeah, the rebounds have been a lot better. Nah, that's gonna. Yeah, I feel like your death line about to trend on Twitter now, yo. I'm about to see it on Twitter. Like, whose lineup is better?
You gotta claim that now.
You gotta claim it now.
Somebody, one of those two. Yeah, Jay, Matt, you guys need to.
It's gonna be a graphic on Twitter like, do you believe in this lineup? Bembry, I'm telling you, it's gonna come up. You're gonna see it on Twitter, man.
It wouldn't be the first person who's stolen my idea, so I don't.
No, we know. We know, man.
Y'all got it on the stream. So I mean, what the hell are they gonna say?
That's true.
That's true.
I can clip it too. You want me to clip it? I'll clip it and send it to you, bro. If you want me to, you just repost it. If you want me to, Jay, I'll clip it.
Nah, you're good, man.
All right.
Just make sure you clip that, then clip Matt Brooks, and then put it out. Whose lineup's better?
No, Matt didn't say who he was subbing Petty for.
Oh, that's true.
Bembry.
Oh, he's gonna go. Yeah, he's going smaller.
I'm going absolutely no defense.
No defense.
Chill, KD can play defense, bro.
Yeah, true. He's gonna have to play a lot of defense.
He's gonna play. He's gonna be the only
5-on-1.
5-on-1 defense. You can guard 1 through 5, man.
He's the only player over like 6'5", I think, in that lineup.
Yeah. That's probably Steve Nash's dream lineup right there. What Matt Brooks' best lineup.
Mike D'Antoni will come back. He'll be
Mike D'Antoni, yeah.
He'll be like, are you guys sure you don't have any room on this team?
Small ball? I heard somebody say small ball.
Patty Mills at the 5, you say?
Yeah.
He's like, 6'1" center.
Ooh. It's like the Sickos meme, except it's Mike D'Antoni.
Mike D'Antoni, 6'1" center.
Now, can we have a different discussion then about Mike D'Antoni? Because I personally never liked Mike D'Antoni. That's just my personal opinion. I know he's a good, smart, offensive genius, but do you think we're playing better without him or with him? Like, now that we're seeing better defense, we're seeing other side of the Nets that we didn't see last year.
Personally, offensively,
offensively,
I'm not happy, but defensively, I'm happy. That's my opinion.
Let's go around the horn. Ajayi, what do you think? Are you a D'Antoni fan, or are you glad he's gone?
Listen. I'm not glad he's gone. I still want him to be here just to
For the
contribute to
offense,
that
right?
offensive
Yeah.
stats. But I know he did not contribute. I mean, like, okay, listen. The defense, I feel like a lot of the personnel contribute to that more.
Yeah.
I don't think like D'Antoni really had like that much of an influence on that. But if he was here right now, the offense would have been by far better this season. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you. I agree. Matt, what do you think about D'Antoni?
I think Ajayi nailed it. I think it's personnel. Also, like the offense doesn't look good. Guess what? You're missing Kyrie Irving. Like
that's true.
It does.
But no, I pointed this out about D'Antoni though. Last season, it didn't matter who was in the lineup. Like the offense was looking like smooth, the motion. You know how the offense was looking last year.
It was the
like when Kyrie was by himself, the offense was amazing. KD by himself, Harden by himself, it was just like it was like clockwork. But now it's kind of like,
it's so hard to get a feel for who's doing what. Like it is such a collaborative effort now on these coaching staffs that it's kind of hard to like get a feel for like, like Mike D'Antoni is just sitting there being like, all right, here's exactly what we're gonna do, and then Vaughn is handling the defense, and then they don't. Like they obviously are overlapping and helping, and I don't know. So it's kind of hard for me to get a feel for all that.
Yeah.
And Durant improved so much defensively.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been so good. Honestly, Bruce Brown's improved defensively, like in a weird way. He's been so good this across the board. Like everybody just
everybody just playing defense, bro. Everybody. I didn't know Patty Mills is this good of a defender. He's a pretty like. He gets steals, like he's a good defender also, low key.
I noticed the passing lane. The passing lane this year has been huge for us.
Yeah.
That's something that we did not see that often last year is that we have multiple guys, Patty, Bembry, guys are playing that middle, that even Javon Carter. I know people are hating on Carter right now. Carter's like the Shamit right now from last year. Like people are just hating
pretty much
on him. But the man's defense is there. And that's all I really care about when it comes to that. But
DJ Chasm said, "Ask Jay. I hope the Nets guarantee Bembry's contract." I feel like it's a little early. But
nah, I guarantee that man's contract.
Guarantee it?
Yeah,
no. Guarantee it?
Guarantee it. I'm sold on him. I didn't know enough about him.
We've seen enough.
Yeah. Guaranteed.
I didn't know how the contract works though, because I know it was like non-guaranteed for a certain amount of time, and then like I said, I don't know what his contract is, but I'm definitely cool with Bembry. Like I said,
AJ. I don't know who asked that, but you can go back to I think it was the second. Yeah, it had to be the second preseason game.
Yeah,
I commented on that.
Oh, his contract being guaranteed.
Yeah. I asked Sean Marks that before a game. Well, no, during a game, and I was like, "Are we guaranteeing Bembry?" He was like, "Of course." And I tweeted that and everything.
You heard it. You heard it here first, man. And I'm 100% all in with Sean Marks too, because Bembry has been looking. He surprised me. I didn't think like Bembry was going to be this effective, but he looks really good. He looks really good out there. Shout out to Sean Marks. You know what I'm saying?
The elephant in the room when it comes to that is, unfortunately, Bembry makes paying Bruce Brown a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That is true.
And this goes into the next question. Somebody said Clax's contract, he should be paid on a 2-year deal. So it's Clax, Bruce, and Bembry. We all got like those are the three that who are we gonna like,
This is why I said every year, as long as you have the big three on contract, every year is going to be a pick and choose, and you are going to have roster turnover. And it is going to be hard to sign some of these guys that you like Claxton, Brown, giving them multi-year deals, which these guys want and they deserve. And a lot of these guys are going to choose the sacrifice to stay here or come here. And that's just the reality. As long as you have big three contracts, it's, and you got $18 million out to Joe Harris, like it's going to be tough to, at some point you're going to lose one or two of these.
Damn, Sean Marks is going to have to finesse, y'all. He's going to have to finesse.
No, but look at the way that he's set up the roster in terms of, and Saint made a good point, paying Joey 18, right?
Yeah.
He already has the big three who quite conceivably is supposed to be together at least 5 years. You include Joey's, they're already over the tax.
Yeah.
This summer, he makes a decision. I don't know if they keep both Bruce and Clax, but Clax has been a trade candidate, so who knows?
Yeah.
But you add them, you add the Spencer Dinwiddie trade exception.
Mhm.
We can get a player up to
TP.
11 point something million with that.
Mhm.
You add the DeAndre Jordan trade exception. You can get a 6 point something million player with that.
Mhm.
He's able to retool without having to ask everybody to take the minimum.
Yeah.
And we also have the what's it?
TP.
The MLE. No,
Oh, the MLE.
exception. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's able to use that also.
Sean always keeps his options open, man. That's what I love. He always has like the options open. And with this offseason, like I said, whoever he chooses, you know, I'm all in with Sean Marks. You know me, y'all. I'm never questioning that man again. I'm never questioning Sean Marks again. I'm all in. Whatever he chooses, I'm all in. If it's memory, give him memory. If it's giving Bruce, if it's, you know, team friendly Clax deal, it's whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, just to switch the thing, I know it's the Magic we're facing next, but what are you? Yeah, just to talk to Jahi and Matt, like, what are you guys? What are you looking forward for the next game? Like, granted,
Magic.
it is the Magic, so there's not.
Don't sleep on the Magic now.
Yes.
What are you guys looking for them to bounce back next game?
No, you can take that first.
I mean, Harden. I guess that's gonna be like my default answer every game.
Do something Harden.
What does Harden look like? Where dry is he? I'm honestly kind of stoked to watch the Magic. Mo Bamba, Franz Wagner. I'd like to see Suggs, see what he looks like. So I like these games where it's like there's multiple young players on the roster I want to watch.
Yeah.
Like Detroit I like watching Stewart, and there's not much else. But like these teams against rebuilding squads, I'm always trying to watch the younger guys on the other team, because that's really what you can watch for. Like, I don't know.
Some of those games be the trap games. When you know you play the rebuilding squads, those the trap games come out. They come out and get you, like the rebuilding squads. Oh, by the way, quick stats on the Magic. Cole Anthony is leading them in scoring with 20 points per game. Wendell Carter leads them in rebounds, and Cole Anthony is actually leading them in. He's leading them in points and assists. So Cole Anthony, watch out for Cole Anthony tomorrow.
He is leading the league, I think, in pull-up 3-point percentage. I believe.
Oh,
I don't know
wow.
if that's right.
He's tough. I like him.
Can we go back a year when?
I don't know if that's right.
What's that, Jay?
No, I was going to say we need to go back a year when I was arguing almost on a daily basis with people about us drafting Cole Anthony. And people would argue with me, he's a bust. There's no way he can be good in the NBA. I was like, are we watching the same kid?
Everybody thought he was going to go to the X because, his, the connection, the connection with the X.
Everybody goes to the X, bro. Like, everybody.
But you know who Cole Anthony's dad is. His dad. He's a New York point guard. They thought he was going to come home. You know that talk about Cole Anthony.
Yeah.
Damn, his number. Yeah. I'm pulling up his stat. Yeah, 44, about a 45% field goal shooter. Like 40. He's hitting almost 42 from three. Yeah,
he's shooting 47% on off the dribble threes, which is the third best in the league, behind Darius Garland. Yeah, he's tough, and it's behind Darius Garland, who's also really good. He's having a great year, and Korkmaz over on Philly.
Oh, I forgot
players, he's going crazy too. Most improved player race is getting tight as hell. There's a lot of people that improved since last year.
Is Philly still number one in the East?
John's holding that down though.
He said, "Is Philly still number one in the East?" Philly.
Yeah.
Philly. They're still number one.
Check the standings.
Did Miami win or lose last night?
Lost.
Lost.
Okay.
They lost.
Philly. Then Philly is one.
Yeah.
Philly is one by default.
Okay. Somebody said Breeze definitely need more minutes. Okay, shout out Empire 717. Bembry needs more minutes. Tiamat said I won't be surprised if Bembry or Bruce Brown get Joe money next season. Whoa. That's a lot of money, bro.
Let's slow down.
Slow down here. You're not gonna know Joe money.
Like good for them, but not good for us.
Is this Bruce's agent? Is this Bruce's agent?
That's Bruce's agent. He's gonna get the Joe money.
God,
He's not gonna
damn.
get no Joe money, bro. Y'all gotta chill. Yeah, the chat is okay. Somebody said, Matt, you think the Nets need another wing, another big wing?
If they can shoot, sure.
Yeah.
If they can shoot.
What goes into Kessler? How y'all feel about Kessler? Is he gonna get any? He's still
improving.
gonna be.
He's improving. I don't think it's gonna be in time to get him in and have him be our 3-and-D guy, but no.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like we can use him.
Defense is already good enough.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love Kessler Edwards.
Oh, you like Kessler? Yeah, like I want to see him out at least on defense, like a couple of minutes. I want to see him what he looks like.
I love Kessler Edwards.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I feel like he's a guy you'll see like in preseason next year, and he'll pop, and that'll be his chance to make the roster. I guess he's like kind of changing his shot. I don't know.
I had a feeling they were going to change it in the when they.
There is video. He did change his shot.
We changed it. Yeah, I had a feeling, bro, because I knew that's not like why it hurts him, because on your pull up, his feet are not set on the pull up.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Like his feet be like you got to have your set when you pull up. It's gonna mess up his pull up. For his three, it wasn't affected because he's just a catch and shoot kind of three guy. But in your pull up, that's where your footwork got to be on point. So I had a feeling the coaches are gonna be like, yeah, you got to change that, bro.
Yeah, his jumper looks so much more smoother. So yeah, he's progressing.
Yeah, he's gonna take a while because that's muscle memory too. Somebody said, I noticed they use more plays now than ISO, so it might take time to develop that chemistry, but when it happens, it's deadly. Shout out Andre, and then I'll take one more question before we head out, y'all. One more question.
That's so change when Kyrie gets back, though. When Kyrie gets back, it's back to ISO.
Back to ISO?
Yeah, back to ISO.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm okay, man. I want to. Oh, man, you guys
all agree.
Yeah, bro.
We're all okay with that.
First game Kyrie comes back, man. I might shed a Brooklyn tear, man. That's how crazy it is. Like that.
AJ, go back like 4 or 5 questions. You asked Matt and Ajayi something that I wanted to comment on, and I don't remember what you asked.
Well, I asked them about what they were going to be about, what to look for the next game in the Magic. That was one question I asked them. Was it a different question?
Yeah, before
that. I'm trying to remember. Was it about the team? Was it about Claxton?
I think it was about a player.
Bembry? Bruce Brown?
Oh, well, we were talking about guaranteeing Bembry's contract. You had brought that up. You did respond to that. I'm trying to think what else.
Before that.
Oh, we did. I think it was Claxton. I think we kind of talked about Claxton. That was something I threw out to them.
I'm going to remember it before we get off.
All right.
No problem.
Khalil said Mo Bamba would be perfect in Brooklyn stats, points per game, 11. How many rebounds is he averaging? 8, 2 blocks per game. Yeah, I like Mo Bamba, man. And there was a trade talk that I saw online about Mo Bamba. Like they suggested he should come to the Nets for, I forgot what the trade was.
Bruce Brown, right?
Yeah, Bruce Brown. Yeah, I think it was NBA Analysis that posted that out.
I think I saw it on your page.
Whoa.
Yeah, they said Bruce Brown, a second round pick. Oh, no, something like that. It was Bruce Brown, a pick, and something else for Mo Bamba.
How about Claxton and Carter for Mo Bamba?
Whoa. His contract, no, Mo Bamba's not getting paid like that, though. His contract
I know.
His contract is
I don't think Bruce Brown is able to be traded because he signed the
no trade clause?
He signed the qualifying. I don't think he's eligible to be traded. But if you told me we could get Mo Bamba for Bruce Brown, my God. What?
You take it?
Yo, when you all were talking, I cut out earlier because I was putting my children to bed, right? When y'all were talking about Bruce Brown earlier, I would like to be wrong, but I'm out on Bruce Brown. I'm out.
What?
I'm out on Bruce Brown from this standpoint. Last night, he showed you what you may get from time to time. He has trouble finishing. His floater is not as good as it is because he's short. He's scared to go up, and Harden gives him the ball where he's even afraid to get contact. Everything is a floater, or he tries to avoid contact with some wild shot. Nah, I love his defense, but other than that, Nah,
yeah. Ooh.
Especially listen to what you all just said about somebody talking about he gonna get Joe money. 18 million? Oh,
No,
I'm definitely
he's not gonna get Joe money.
You can't convince me of that.
But I got an idea of a big man we can trade for. How about Jonas Valanciunas?
Oh man.
No, we can't.
I love that pick.
His contract's too crazy.
Yeah, it's a big contract though. And he just extended, right? So he's I believe he's an eligible.
Did he extended?
For the max.
Yeah.
Damn.
So he's an eligible.
Mo Bamba was like I said, that would be a tough pickup, but I don't know about that. But we're giving up Bruce. But like I said, we don't gotta panic trade now. Like I said, it's still early, y'all. Like usually Sean Marks makes a move when things go kind of awry in the middle of the season. That's when he'll make but I don't think he needs to do that right now.
And Nick is not even back yet, or Kyrie.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he needs to
like at its full potential yet.
Yeah.
I don't think we should just
don't panic, don't trade panic,
just extend that process.
The chat is spamming Steven Adams, but Steven Adams, I think his contract is crazy too.
Yeah, his contract's insane.
You guys gotta remember, we're over the cap, so it's like we're not gonna.
Unless it's a buyout, we're not getting any of.
Yeah, we need like $1 million kind of guys. No 28 million.
Contracts have to match.
Yeah, it's got to be a small contracts, bro. No crazy contracts because we're over the cap.
I definitely think we will be buyers at the buyout market again, though. I do.
Yeah.
Quick question for you guys, though. Matt mentioned earlier that drop defense really isn't that effective in the playoffs. Can this team beat the Bucks in the playoffs?
With drop, yeah.
Without Kyrie? Without Kyrie, you're talking about?
With Kyrie and Nick back.
Oh, yeah. I think
I'll ask this question. I think you answered your own question. We have Kyrie and James Harden versus the Bucks. Fully healthy, so we're fully healthy versus the Bucks.
Last year?
So even last year, even fully healthy, I think we would have beaten the Bucks convincingly.
Without Kyrie, I'm scared. I'm panicking.
Without. I mean, I do think the Bucks did pick up some guys that did help solidify their defense a little bit more too. They did pay. I'm trying to remember. I'm terrible with names, but they did pick up a good. Yes, thank you.
Yes,
it's not like good.
Grayson. They picked up Grayson Allen and what's his name? Rodney Hood, I think he's hurt.
But the young kid they drafted, man, he came out of nowhere.
Nora.
Oh, he's nice.
Nora.
Jordan Nora.
I'm not saying
guy from Greece. Yeah.
They didn't get worse. That's what I'll say. Mm-hmm. But if we're fully healthy, to answer Ajayi's question, like if we're fully healthy, there's no way. I mean, that's the one thing I've realized, like when you remove Kyrie out of this lineup with what we have, because we've all agreed we have much better bench players, role players. We have a better team than we did last year. Now add Kyrie to that, there's no way. Like there's just adding Kyrie to this team takes away. It makes the issues that we do have less glaring because we're just scoring the crap out of the ball. They're gonna have to scramble who to cover. You don't because that's the thing. Part of the Harden issue is like you could live with, if you had Kyrie in the lineup, you could live with Harden taking 11 shots, but still getting 10, 12 assists with like 6, 7, 8 rebounds, and you're okay. I mean, imagine that game last night if Kyrie was in there. It just, I don't know. It changes that whole complexion of. I don't see how they beat us.
Before you go, Ajayi, there's another big thing that changes everything with the Bucks and that's in the playoffs now. They don't have PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker was the primary guy on Kevin Durant, and he frustrated the hell out of him. He still dropped 50, but it was very obvious. Like Kevin struggled at points in that series.
Yeah.
So virtually outside of maybe Giannis, Chris Middleton, even Drew, who's going to guard KD in this series now? Like,
no one's guarding him.
No one's
guarding him in this world.
Yeah.
They don't have no one to say, okay, just throw them on KD and see what happens. Like they don't have that anymore.
I think you just say Well, he's gonna get his, and we're gonna try to put a lineup that can like score.
Exactly.
I'm serious.
He's gonna average 30, so you already know what's gonna happen.
God bless PJ Tucker, but the Nets were like, please take as many corner threes as you
Bro,
want.
I tell people all the time, PJ did okay on KD, but KD had one of the greatest games of his life on PJ. So it's not like PJ was like, it's PJ. He had one of the greatest. PJ did his thing though. PJ did his thing.
And KD's like better than ever this year. Like I've watched KD his like whole career. And it's kind of hard to get a feel for some of those Golden State years just because the roster was so talented. It's like hard to get a feel for him individually. But this year, it's just like, man, it's weird. I watch him. I'm like, were there really basketball players better than this? Like, I know there were, but like, God, just watching it in the moment, it's like.
Do you think the league could give him MVP, or you think it's like it's? I know how the league works. You need a storyline, you need a little story for the MVP, but I don't know. Like, do you think KD has a chance?
If Kyrie doesn't come back and he keeps playing the way he's playing, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they win like high 50s. Yeah, I think like high 58 wins or something, and they're a top 2-3 seed. Like, yeah, I think he's gonna win. Also, like he hasn't won in a while, and like that stuff matters, I think, in a sense. Like when you're looking at a guy's resume and you're like, wait,
he deserves
only
more
one MVP. What do we do wrong?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like he deserves more than one, but I just know how the league is. You know the league, bro. They just be the story matters in the MVP race. I don't know why it does, but it does matter.
What about it? That's the Casey should have won last year. Katie should have won last year.
All right.
Ajayi, you were going to ask a question. Do you remember what it was?
I think I was just going to chime in and say there's no point of like fixing a temporary problem with like picking up another big man now.
Yeah.
If this team already has everything they need, and Nicholas Claxton's individual defense is getting better, which is going to matter in that Bucks series to me.
Yeah, facts. Somebody said Bismack is still a free agent. Like that, I think that's what I was saying.
Hey, look, y'all have
Bismack Biyombo is a free agent. Like, we don't need Bismack Biyombo.
Y'all have problem with Nicholas Claxton's hands? Wait till you see Bismack Biyombo.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all want Bismack? Don't tell me.
The last time Bismack was effective was when I was on 2K14 playing for the Bobcats. That was the last time Bismack was effective.
I remember that.
He wasn't even that good in that.
Yo,
he was on the Hornets.
Shout out to Biyombo for like turning how many years has he had of experience? Like 8, 9 after that series for Toronto. I don't know if you remember that against Cleveland where he got like 10 rebounds and people were like, pay him, he's ready.
He's the truth. Biyombo.
This is the guy.
This is the man that we get to the next Dikembe. Yo, Biyombo, man. I can't with y'all in the chat, man. Somebody said James Johnson's gonna rock Giannis. Yeah, Bloodsport, bro. I'm telling you, don't make me play don't make me play the KD clip of his Bloodsport elbow. I'll play it right now.
If there's somebody that I don't think that will last, is I honestly think. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I just feel like James Johnson's that one guy that could not be on this roster the whole year.
Bro, I'm telling you, his toughness, bro. It's the toughness.
I know, but I just don't. But
he's a tough guy, bro. You got to put him in. I
agree, but I don't see his place in the team right now at all. And even if Clax comes back and say Kyrie's back, I just don't see his place. Not that I don't like him and his mutton chops. I love that. Like I loved his last. I loved his last hairstyle, but I'm just saying I don't see his place right now.
Yo, look in this clip, right? This clip right here. James Johnson they showed a picture of the bench. James Johnson's like, yeah, I told him that. Bloodsport. Look, James Johnson on the bench right next to Blake. You see him? He's like, yeah, told him that. Bloodsport elbow. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's tough, bro.
Yeah, we like him for being Bloodsport. I'm just not seeing his place. I could be wrong, but
listen, he's the piece that you bring in when an injury pops up again. Like last season, you saw how much minutes Jeff Green had to put up. On that minimum contract.
Yeah.
That no one expected him to play.
Yeah.
But is he gonna give you what James is he gonna give you? Is he gonna give you but is he gonna give you anything close to what Green gave? I just don't see it.
Not at all. Not at all, bro.
He's another body.
I would rather bring in Kessler Edwards or Sharp or something like that if that happened. But I get what you're saying though.
Jay, how you feel about James Johnson, Jay? Because I want to know Jay thinks.
I expect him to be here.
Gonna be here? Okay.
Yeah, because he he provides a level of, and this is where I'll disagree a little bit with Saint. Everybody on the team is not necessarily there to put in work on the court. He provides a sense of physicality that the Nets teams will think they can exploit against the Nets in the playoffs. They're practicing, they're practicing against him on a daily basis.
Yeah,
there's not many guys in the NBA more physical than he is.
But what's his role right now? Like just to chill until the playoffs? I guess that was my question. Maybe that's more my question.
No, but Saint and we sometimes we miss out on this part, is that everybody doesn't have a role that the fans understand.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
but the players know what their role is.
Yeah.
And so, like, when fans are like, I know such and such is getting upset because he's not playing, and then if the camera pans to them, they up cheering on 3-pointers. You like, what the hell? I guess he's not upset. So they talk the players through what their role is, even if they don't say, hey, look, this is what we're doing with him. Some guys are just not going to play some nights. It's the long game, you know?
Yeah. Yo, Jay, you know what that reminds me of? When Juwan Howard on my you remember when they kept Juwan Howard on the Heat? He was on the Heat for a minute when they was winning those rings, and like he was marked as a player, but he would just be there. He wouldn't even play. Like he was one of those guys. The Udonis Haslam. It was like the Udonis Haslam kind of role. Like he's just there, but he's just like
you're there for the vibes.
Yeah.
Somebody did act because we like to give the chat what they want. Somebody asked, can we show his haircut again? If y'all don't remember.
Oh my god! I was so happy he cut this. I'm so happy he cut. I think he came in the opening night.
It's not even evened out. It's not even evened out.
Opening night, he came in with these, and I was like, come on, man, this is uncalled for. You cannot do this. Not these sideburns.
This is beautiful, dude. No, these were beautiful. I don't care what.
Nah, bro, he had to shave that off. Katie told him to shave that off, bro. Katie was like, don't do that.
Katie definitely is not giving anybody hair advice.
What did you just say?
Katie ain't giving anybody hair advice. Come on.
Oh yeah.
This was it. No, this is a better.
Oh my god, that looks so bad, bro. Stop.
Dude, that's awesome.
We're not in the 1980s anymore, bro.
AJ, can you do that? Can you?
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, man.
Wait. Time out. Look at his like the beard part. Like, is it not even shaved on the other side? It looks like a hook. Like one side is just shaved.
He didn't even keep the goatee though.
Like, really look at it. It's like one end that is not even.
I don't know, bro. All I know is I'm glad he shaved that, bro, because that's not good.
Hey, he's bringing style as well as blood sport to the team. I'm starting to like James Johnson now. Like, even if he's just there. What's that, Matt?
I'm not saying anything bad about that guy because he could kick my ass. I love the hair.
Matt, I was about to say, as ridiculous as some people, and listen, I said some people think that his hair looks, he's that kind of guy who you wouldn't tell him that.
He will say that to his face.
No, of course not. I'd be like, it looks good, Mr. Yes, it does, sir.
And
you know what, Mr. Sport?
Mr. Johnson, I want you on the roster for the rest of the year.
Why you're not starting is a travesty, sir. I don't understand it.
It's like I'll tweet about LeBron and I'll like put the barbershop, the red, white, and blue thing that spins around the twirly thing.
Oh yeah.
I'll put that all the time for LeBron, and I'll be like, LeBron, you need to shave your head. James Johnson, I'll be like, what's up, man?
What's up, bro? You dap him up. Yo, what's up, bro? Somebody said undercover brother for James Johnson's haircut. Yo,
yeah, exactly. Yep.
I'm done with this chat, yo. Let me get these guys out of here, yo. Oh man. Thank you guys for tuning in to Nets Kingdom. Like I said, I want to thank Matt. I want to thank Jay and Ajayi for coming on. Like I said, it means so much to me. Nets Kingdom means so much to Nets Nation. Yeah, these guys are, I appreciate like I said, these guys are the ones I look to when I'm online and for Nets content and Nets reporting. I look to them to see what they say. You know, I look for their opinions when I'm on looking for Nets stuff, and I really appreciate them coming on here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Any plugins y'all have, Matt, your plug-in?
Nah, just shout out to Ajayi for doing good work. His stuff is great. He's a great follow on Twitter. Really thorough with the quotes, which is like really good. And yeah, just shout out to you, man. It's an honor to be on the stream with you.
Yeah. Matt Brooks on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I have a video coming out tomorrow. I should probably plug something, right?
Yeah, plug it in.
I have a video coming out tomorrow on Jay's favorite player, Bruce Brown, and and DeAndre Banter. So Benbury Brown out on my channel, Matt Brooks NBA. Also go subscribe to the Clear Out podcast on every streaming platform. It's my Nets podcast. I have a special guest coming on Thursday, which I'm pretty stoked about. So I had a good episode today too, which I think is already up right now. So yeah, that's I guess that's everything I got to plug.
Jai, you can go, bro.
For me, just want to say to you guys, it was a pleasure coming down on the stream. Appreciate y'all for having me. As for Matt, that's the film study guy. He breaks down every single detail, defense, offense. Check him out on YouTube, like for real. Like I literally just be going on YouTube just to see, like, all right, like what went wrong in this game. Like I checked out his YouTube since like last year. But in general, like if y'all interested in like international basketball and international players, foreign-born players, like their journeys, like check me out on YouTube, Ajayi Browne, and I got that type of content. Not really like focus on, I guess you can say, prospects that are guaranteed to make it to the league, but I'm focused on like their overall experience of like, you know, the pressure that they have like growing up in their country, because there's some countries like Sweden, you know, like Croatia, where a lot of players aren't really able to make it to the NBA, and you know, it puts a lot of pressure on them, and I go over that, you know. So yeah.
The chat is asking Matt Brooks' YouTube. What's yours? Matt Brooks NBA is your YouTube?
Yeah, that's where you can find me. I'm stuck to this NBA thing. I started. I did Matt Brooks NBA when I first created this Twitter, and now I'm like, I'm one of the NBA guys, aren't I? Huh? But that's it. Yeah, that's who I am.
Same.
Now.
Put in the overlay. Make a overlay for Matt Brooks YouTube.
Yeah, I'm gonna do both.
Both, and guys YouTube too, so the chat knows.
Oh, my thumbnails finally don't suck. my thumbnails have been.
Oh, here, you your thumbnails on popping. Yeah, you could ask me, bro. I be making thumbnails too, man.
Look, I might have to.
Yeah, I be making the thumbnails.
I'm down horrendous of my thumbnails. I make thumbnails and they just look like I don't know. It looks like your kid's first art project. It's bad, man.
Here, give me like a couple minutes. Like I'll just say this while I'm doing it. Definitely shout out to Ajayi Browne. Like I said, Jay from Brooklyn turned me on to you, and it's been a pleasure to have you up and talking with you. I hope you definitely come back. Same thing, Matt. I appreciate you coming up. You both are always welcome. We like to definitely follow guys that just like are putting out good content for the net. So
inspire us, guys that inspire us. Honestly,
like the more we learn about you guys, and let me just pull this up.
Somebody asked if you're Nigerian, bro.
Yeah, I'm Liberian and Filipino. But I'm not. Well, I'm half of those, but I have some Nigerian blood in me still, though, because my grandfather was from Sierra Leone.
Okay, shout out to the Niger boys, Nigeria.
Yes, sir. We gotta rep.
Somebody said, Matt, can you give me advice as how to rise as a top as a journalist? Oh wow, that's a big question, bro.
Man. Oh wow, dude, this stream's going to go for another.
We're trying to end the stream,
bro. Get started. That's what I would
get started. Start writing. That's basically what his advice is. Start writing.
Figure out something you're interested in. Figure out something that nobody else is doing. Do that. Get started, and then from there, figure out what you want to do with it. We got another Bismack chat. Yo, is this a Bismack Biombo stream?
Yo, sleeping on Bismack.
But yeah, really, that's my advice. Get started and just pick an angle or whatever, something that you're interested in, and then shop that around. See, you'd be surprised. People are always looking for content. So yeah, that would be, I guess, my advice.
That's good advice. Jay, you got anything you want to plug in? Well, make sure y'all follow Jay on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jay, you got anything?
I got nothing to plug. I'm a fan, but I remember what you all were talking about. Those are the two professionals right there. Yeah. I remember what y'all were talking about earlier that I wanted to chime in on. when you all were talking about Coach D'Antoni and his
Oh,
impact, right?
Yeah. Okay.
That's what it was.
Now, in my fandom, I was under the impression, like Nets Twitter running with the narrative that we're gonna miss Coach D'Antoni a lot, right? So in the summer, I asked about that specifically. Like sometimes I actually do ask. I ask questions that I guess reporters would ask, and I asked about Coach D'Antoni, and the answer I was told. And Matt or Ajayi, if y'all want to follow this up, feel free. I was told we're not going to miss him as much as people think we are, because his role on the team was exaggerated because of who he is. I was told that we're going to miss Coach Udoka more than Coach D'Antoni because, and this is a lesser known fact. And this is Matt and Ajayi, you all, this is an aside. I've been given the name by somebody, help me out. The
real Royal.
The real Royal.
Oh, the real Royal, yeah. The janitor.
A stream months ago asked, was I a janitor at Barclays Center? He was like, how do you know this stuff? You must be a janitor at Barclays Center, right? So, but when I asked about Coach D'Antoni, the statement was, no, I'm going to miss Coach Udoka more because Coach Udoka was responsible for game planning offense and defense for the team. That he game planned both. And it's something that he had been doing since he was in San Antonio. And so basically, if you're good enough to game plan for Pop, you damn sure good enough to game plan in Brooklyn.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, he was.
I would agree.
He was. Yeah, his game plans were legit too. You're right. That's a
real
good point.
Comment. The janitors.
So what's happening in Boston then?
They gotta play better for him.
Yeah,
no.
Doing him dirty.
It's really the players in Boston. Yeah,
it's the players. I think.
I was going to say that he's getting a raw deal in Boston because they can't. At a certain point, you can't blame Kyrie anymore.
Ooh.
That's true.
Yeah. And how many great picks did they have for the last 10 years? And some of them have been good and some of them not. And they keep trading away guys, pulling this back. Like, you can already see there's dysfunction in the locker room right now.
Something's up with that team. I don't know what it is in Boston, but something's up. Is like they not together. Because I know Marcus Smart came out with that statement, and then he's like, not passing. JT and JB not passing. It was like they're getting something.
It's getting sticky in that locker room. Even back to the bubble with that altercation, when it's like someone threw something and yelling in the locker room. Yeah,
because I feel like he was put in a tough situation. Just dropping as a head coach into that situation is tough. Like you gotta, I don't know. Shout out to you,
they've been dysfunctional for years.
Yeah.
And changing the head coach and the
GM,
head of basketball operations. I think that's what Danny Ainge's title was.
Yeah.
But changing them both, but keeping one in an elevated role didn't change what was already the problem.
Yeah.
Yep. The janitor speaks.
The janitor speaks.
You put Coach Udoka in there, and he's almost right now like the fall guy.
Yeah, they're blaming.
It shouldn't be, because there's no way you have those two players. And
and watch Brad Stevens get another promotion.
hey, Matt, it's funny that you say that because I thought it was strange as hell. Not only them promoting him, but Marcus Smart has been known as a hothead, right?
Yeah.
They gave him a max contract extension.
Crazy.
Right? And then he's even more of a hothead since the season started.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
Yes. They gave him the bag, bro.
Clearly that's not Coach Udoka's fault. He was a hothead before the guy got here.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I'm gonna hop in here just so I know. Ajayi, are you still doing the first class ticket?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that out. I'm about to put something up for both y'all. That way people know what's up. It's under your name or is it under? Yeah. I'll just say I have to follow you. Okay, I'll just do that. So, real quick, just so you guys can see it, follow Ajayi Browne, and he has his own Twitter, but he also writes for the Nets Wire, which is part of USA Today. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, follow him there as well. Follow Matt Brooks at Matt Brooks NBA. You can also look at Matt Brooks NBA on YouTube. Are you still doing your Patreon thing? Where you have better thing? You're still doing that as well?
Forgetting about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
trying to make you money, bro.
Doing a good job.
Subscribe right now, y'all. Everybody go subscribe right now.
I'm not gonna. I wanted to do it and I completely spaced, so I'm glad I remember.
I'm the one losing myself money over here. So yeah,
it's all good. But check out also Ajayi Browne. He does. I did want to ask you more about that, but we can. I have a feeling
we'll talk off air. We'll talk off air because we gotta end it.
I like that you were dipping into the international pool. And I like that. I like that side of the story that you're dipping into that and bringing some stories from there. So again, follow these guys on these. I follow them on Twitter. I enjoy the conversation. They're good dudes. Also, for Matt Brooks, bam, he sent me this a while ago, and I had to pull it out. I had to pull it out. I listen to Matt Brooks podcast all the time. It takes me about an hour and 10 minutes to get to work. And I enjoy listening to that's his podcast, The Clear Out. Stuff is real good, has good guests, great breakdown. Just like Ajayi Browne said, Matt Brooks is the analyst. You know, that's his nickname. If he gets a jersey for Brooklyn Nets, it should say the analyst on the back.
Give me one of these blue jerseys. These
the
blue ones? Yeah.
When are they dropping? When are those dropping?
November 18th, 19th or something,
19th.
From what I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so follow these guys. They're good people. Jay, I appreciate you coming up.
Thank you, Jay.
Jerseys drop on the 15th.
15th. Okay, cool.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate everybody. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram too, Nets Kingdom, and on Twitter. Have a good night.
Thank you guys. This is dope.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right,
Peace, everybody.